Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Wednesday, new review day here on the channel today. I'm going to give some extra special love once again to an album that Rich Catino and I just talked about, a band that we just talked about on our New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal Primer, Episode 3, which just aired this past weekend. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. A lot of great bands being talked about on that show and that episode. Going to go to Raleigh, North Carolina for a very cool metal band, melodic metal band. This is their fourth studio album. The band is called Mega Colossus. Showdown is their brand new release. Just came out recently on Cruz del Sur Records. Cruz del Sur, very great label that has all sorts of cool metal bands paying homage to like the classics of old. They're for the new wave of traditional heavy metal bands. They're a great label for that. A lot of classic sounds being created by newer bands on the scene on that label. So these guys knocking it out of the park here on this record. I've heard now this and their previous record. They've got two others. I will say of the two that I have, this is my favorite. I like this quite a bit. I had a couple little minor criticisms of the band when Rich and I did the show. In listening to this album now another like kind of 4 or 5 times since, I think I've lessened my criticisms and now I'm really in love with this album. Sean Buchanan on vocals, Bill Fisher on guitar, Chris Millard on guitar, Anthony McKaylee on bass and vocals, and Doza Hawes on drums. So it's kind of hard to describe these guys because they don't really sound like anybody else, but there are little references to classic bands from the 80s. But this is just really precise, upbeat. They call themselves adventure metal. I don't know what the hell adventure metal is, but it's just like, it's like epic metal, right? Epic, majestic metal, not quite power metal, right? Because it's got a lot of other things involved. There's a prog metal aspect to their music because it's very technical guitar work, very precise guitar work, shredding, and very just intricate shredding guitars that are just, the production is just so pristine. It's just, there's lots of distortion on them, but man, it comes across and just really like almost perfect sounding. The vocals are very much kind of higher pitched, but very melodic, very catchy. The drumming and the bass is just great. The songs are just, there's a kind of sameness with the production from track to track, especially from the guitar, the way the guitars are produced, the guitar tones. And at first that kind of bothered me. Now the more I listen to this, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm kind of like, I like the fact that like 6 tracks, boom, 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 boom. It's just like one song kind of moves into the next. Not that the songs sound the same, because they don't, but man, it just hits you like really, really in a good way. Like I said, so get back to kind of what they sound like. So there is an element of prog metal. There's some thrashy stuff going on here. It's certainly melodic metal because this stuff is very catchy. There's a glam metal aspect to it in spots, but not really. So it's kind of like all these things together. But more importantly, these songs are just so ridiculously catchy. Ridiculously catchy. The first, I absolutely am in total love with Fortune and Glory, the first track on the album, which is just about 7 minutes long. It's just, the chorus is amazing. The riffs are great. The soloing is great. I love the pace of the song. It's anthemic. It just drags you in. And like every time I listen to this album, I have to rewind and hear Fortune and Glory again and again before I continue through the rest of the album. To me, it's one of the best album openers I've heard in ages. It's so good. Just go listen to Fortune and Glory. I'll put the Bandcamp link below and listen to it all the way through because the last half of the song is amazing. It's got this like atmospheric middle part and then it just rages in to this just like fist pumping, sing it to the heavens type of an ending. Just amazing. Outrun Infinity, also good. A little bit heavier, really good. Grab the Sun is terrific. Showdown, the title track, very melodic. Awesome song. Wicked Road also is one of my favorites on here. Just absolutely, the melodies just stick with you, and you just, and the vocals, so good. And then, Take to the Skies, the closer, is just intricate. The guitars are just shredding, but they're like very proggy, and such a good album. Such a good album. 4.5 out of 5 star. Easy. And again, we ultimately want to thank Jamie Laszlo for turning us on to this band because he's the one who pointed these guys in our direction. And I do have their prior album as well, which is also really, really good, and that is called Rip Time. Again, if you missed the episode on the new wave of traditional heavy metal with Jared Saturday. Please go check it out. We talk about these guys and 4 other bands, including Skull Fist and Attic and Burning Witches and Haunt. So 5 really, really cool bands. But these guys just can't get enough of this album, and it's a fairly short album. It's like, a 35 minutes long, but it just like boom, boom, boom. Every song is just so good and so memorable. That's the important thing. So yeah, go check it out. Mega Colossus Showdown. Link to the Bandcamp page will be down below. Please go give it some love and check these guys out. Yeah, if I also, sometimes I hear like in their music too, again, without the Christian aspect to it, I hear like Striper at their heaviest, like both classic and more recent stuff, especially the more recent Striper. The way the arrangements is so precise, and the guitars, the twin guitars, is doing all these blazing things yet very melodic. It remind me a lot of more recent Striper as well. So if you like that sort of thing, check this out. If you like the intricacy of like Dream Theater, check this out. If you like classic, like kind of power metal with lots of really sing-along choruses and things, check this out. If you like the kind of rampaging riff-a-rama attack of like 80s Bay Area thrash, check this thing out. It's got all that and more. So yeah. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, down there, we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Please consider, and thank you in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Should have at least one more coming up for you here today. And over the course of the next week, I'm going to be delivering a lot of reviews because I'm taking vacation time. I'm going to get a lot of listening in. Because I got a stack of at least 20 CDs here that I want to get to over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try and just pummel you guys with reviews. So please consider watching the new album reviews and check out some new music and support these bands. They're really needed. And we'll see you soon here. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.